Aw, yeah, guys, it's that time again. Welcome to another edition of Force of Will 101. My name is Chris, and today we are going to be continuing our MPR ruler discussion with a big one, guys. This is Cain. The fire cards, the ones that you all love, or not so much if you talk to some people across the world who have already played a lot against this. There is a lot of crazy stuff going on in this set, and I want to jump right into it, so let's get to it. We have our example cards here. We have our ruler and then 3 cards that we're going to talk about today. The new ruler from this set is Apostle of Creation. He is a prophet, and his J-Activate is pay 1 fire. Super important, we'll get more to that later. Let me just talk for a second about how much I like the art for Apostle of Creation. It is probably my favorite art of any ruler from any set so far. I haven't looked too much at the Valhalla cards, but I don't know. I really, really like it. Let me just take a sip. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, Dickie's Barbecue Pit. Good stuff, and these cups are perfect for all you nerds out there who like to sit and game at your computer. Holds so much water. Anyways, enough about that. The art is so cool because he's just like a dude chilling in a field of wheat. I don't know. I really like it. I love the blue backdrop, and I love the sunset in the background. Just so cool. But anyways, you flip him over for 1, and he becomes Cain, the Traitor of Gods. Really cool story behind it. Really cool art again. Let's talk about his abilities. He has First Strike, which is really, really relevant. So when he battles, he will deal his damage first, making him much more survivable for his kind of mediocre 700 stats. But the big ability that at least is really interesting to me is his First Continuous, which says you cannot call Magic Stones at the beginning of your main phase. Put the top card of your Magic Stone deck into your Magic Stone area. Now, why is this interesting? This is cool because it's encouraging early flips from Cain. At least in the meta that Matt and I play in, it's before MPR is heavily dominated by mid-range and control decks. And this is just the polar opposite. You only have to pay 1 fire to flip them. And then when you flip them, you're never losing stones. You just keep getting stones every turn. So it's really, really encouraging the player to flip as early as they feel safe doing so. Really, really cool. I really like this mechanic. We haven't seen it before, and we might see it again some other time, but I doubt it. They try to keep a lot of their J Ruler abilities kind of, exclusive to that card. His second ability says Cognate Resonators you control gain plus 200 plus 0. I did pull out 1 Cognate Resonator to talk about today. There are a handful of them in the new set, and they will all benefit pretty well from the plus 200. It's just a nice bonus, and it's really good to have, especially in an aggro beatdown deck. Every little bit will get you 1 step closer to winning as fast as possible. And then his last ability is Activate Pay 1 Fire. This card deals 200 damage to target Resonator. I'm not completely sold on this ability yet. I mean, I guess if you're sitting, mid-game and you have no hand and you have a bunch of stones and you kind of just need to clear the way for your dudes, it's really good. But I haven't played enough aggro in this game yet to have the feeling of having no cards in hand. I like playing decks where I constantly have 7 and I draw my 8th at the beginning of every turn. It just feels really good. So it'll be interesting to try this deck out a little bit more and see how well that activate ability works. But let's move on. In summary, Apostle Creation, so cool. Such cool art. And Cain, I think, is going to see a ton of play. He's going to be meta-defining. Split Heaven and Earth is the first card, regular card we're going to talk about today. It is a rare spell chant, and its ability reads, this card deals 300 damage to each player for each special magic stone that he or she controls. Yeah. Gone are the days of 10 dual stone magic decks, guys. At least, maybe not as much as we've seen. This spell only costs 2 fire, and it has the potential to deal so much damage. Think about it. If your opponent has 5 special stones, so that includes dual stones or true stones, it's going to deal 1,500 damage directly to your opponent's face. So your opponent better hope that you haven't been able to swing through with any more damage, because at that point, you played 1 or 2 burn spells and they're dead. This card is insane. Absolutely insane, and people were really freaking out about it when it was first announced and they were reading it. And for really good reason. I mean, I know the guys in Italy are already like dealing with it, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, what do we do? What do we do?" And it'll be interesting to see how the meta shifts and how people deal with this card. Obviously, if you're playing Wind, you just hold a counter for that. You hold an Exceed, or you hold a Cake Zone. You'll be okay, and your opponent just wasted probably most of their turn on that. Anyways, let's move on from that. Our next card is Jubal, the Grandsire of Musicians. She is a common, I believe. Oh, uncommon. No, my text is a little blurry. She's an uncommon human cognate. So one of those cognate resonators I was talking about. She gets the plus 200 bonus from Cain. She costs 2 and she's a 5/6. But if you have Cain Flip, she's a 7/6, which is significantly better. Interesting because she is out of Thunder range. Super relevant. That Thunder is such a staple and everybody's running it. Even, any deck that has red in it right now is running Thunder. Her ability says, when this card attacks, if your J-Ruler attacked this turn, this card deals 500 damage to target Resonator. More stuff, encouraging early aggression. Really cool ability. There's other cards in this set that have the, if your J-Ruler attacked this turn, yada yada yada. This one is basically a free Thunder. Anytime your J-Ruler will be Cain, maybe Bahamut. But anytime your J-Ruler attacked, and then she attacks, boom, free Thunder. And the Thunder resolves, or the free 500 damage resolves before her attack finishes. So, if they have a Resonator up that's set to block, you declare your attack. Jubal would deal her 500 damage to the Resonator that is recovered. It would die, and then Jubal's attack would go through for 700. It's a pretty sick combo. I think this card is a little undervalued right now. I'm not 100% sold on it. I really like the idea of it, but it might be a little bit too slow even, which is funny to say because it's a 2-drop 5/6. Like, it might be a little too slow just because she has to sit on the field. She has to survive. You also have to have Cain out. Cain has to attack, then she has to attack to get that true value. But still, 2 for 5/6 isn't too bad. Last card I want to talk about today is Blazer, the Eater of Dimensions. And oh baby, Blazer is another one of those cards like Split Heaven and Earth where people are just like, what on earth do we do with this? Blazer is a 5-drop, 3 red and 2 colorless. He is a Wanderer and Dragon. Dragon, super relevant if you're running Bahamut as the main ruler, or even as a sideboard. You can search up for him with Bahamut. He has Swiftness, and his ability says if a card would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, remove it from the game instead. But there is that line of text at the top of his text box that says, you may play this card from your removed area. This one gets a side 2, folks, just like Split Heaven and Earth. This card is insane. There's almost literally no way to get rid of it. There's ways to really make it annoying for your opponent. You can 1001 Stories it to remove them all from their deck and their hand and all that stuff. But I mean, they can still bring him back. And 1100 is no joke, especially when as soon as it enters, it gets to swing. Also cool to note that if you play Blazer on 5, if you have Bahamut, or as if you have Felt Gold / Bahamut as your ruler, you swing with Blazer. Then either that turn or next turn you can swing, or you can sack Blazer, pay 5, swing again. So yeah, Blazer's insane. And I think with that insanity, we will wrap up today's episode, guys. As always, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop us an email at ggforceofwill@gmail.com. We also have a Twitter now. It's twitter.com/forceofwill101. We always like when you put the comments down below, too, as well. We try to answer as many as we can. I think you probably noticed. We do really like interacting with you guys. I love seeing those emails pop up. What else? Covered the email, covered the comment section. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for supporting us and watching our videos, and I will see you on the next episode of Force of Will 101. Peace out, guys.